Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm filming this on the very last day of the year, so I want to take the chance, an opportunity to say thank you for the year 2022. It's been interesting. I paused. I really hope that 2023 is gonna be even better. And yeah, so I want to end this year on a last book haul. I've been saving up filming this, so I mean, it's not the biggest big book haul, but it's quite a few books all the same. Um, Quite an interesting blend of non-fiction and fiction. So I'm actually gonna start with the nano related stuff. Okay, so I got two book piles here, and they are trying to fall on me. So there's that. I'm actually gonna start with the notebook that I got from Nano, the NaNoWriMo store. I just fell in love with the cover. My Tooth and the Sword, NaNoWriMo. It's cute, and you can never have too many notebooks. So with that out of the way, with Nano, I got Chris Beatty's No Plot, No Problem. A low-stress, high-velocity guide to writing a novel in 30 days. Still have to read it, but hey. I also got Grant Faulkner's 52 Insights and Actions to Boost Your Creative Mojo, Pep Talks for Writers. But I did get another book on writing that I've seen quite a few people talk about. But I've been on the fence of buying this book because I don't really read Stephen King. He's just... the genre in which he writes just doesn't appeal to me, and yeah, but he is a famous prolific author, and I'm pretty certain that he knows what he's talking about. So this is the 20th anniversary edition, Stephen King on Writing, a Memoir of the Craft. And honestly, reading something from someone who is as prolific and experienced as Stephen King, it can't hurt. And also, what I really like is that the letter size, it's not tiny. It's big enough for me to read, so that's fantastic. I mean, there's a reason why I wear glasses. I'm not blind without them, but I really appreciate when the letter size is really big. But yeah, as I said, Stephen King is a famous and prolific author, and people who have talked about his books say that it is very informative, and they've learned quite a bit from it, so it cannot hurt. Another book that I bought purely because I saw it on Waterstones. Like, I think all these books are from Waterstones this time around, and I saw this on their like front page, and I'm like, oh, Sisyphus. So this is Albert Camus's The Myth of Sisyphus. This is a collection of essays. So Sisyphus from the Greek myth, is the guy who is eternally cursed to roll a stone up a hill, only for the stone to roll back down. I don't know, it talks about nihilism, and kind of the opposite of nihilism is talk about... So I did read the preface, and one of the first words that I read there was the word... Okay, I did not expect to have problem putting that word in my mouth, but unaliving. I know that is probably going to cause some people to get the silly shivers that I'm using that word rather than the proper term, but some people simply have a problem with that word that begins with S. And I have to admit that having lost a family member and knowing that there are people in my life who are at risk, this is a trigger word. And I think the first essay is written in like, I don't know, the preface is written in Paris in March 1955. Albert Camus had a lot to do with the... I mean, he's born in Algeria in 1913. He studied philosophy, became a journalist, He went to Paris as a young man. He worked on the newspaper Paris, sure. He was in France during the occupation by the Germans in 1940. He was part of the resistance. Like, this guy did a lot. But I have to admit, I'm just a magpie. I was entranced by the cover because it's purple and it's pretty, and it said the myth of Sisyphus. And I'm like, honestly, I don't really know what this book is. Oh, the essays are quite about. I have an inkling, but I do remember someone recommending this. So I'm like, again, can't hurt. On a happy note, I got the seriously funny, the endlessly quotable Terry Preston. This one actually took a while to arrive. I think I ordered in like October or beginning of November, and this arrived in December. There's still some books that haven't arrived. Been over a month, and I'm like, those will just have to be a part of 2023 because they are not here. And honestly, I think I'm gonna read this today because literally, this is just quotes from the Discworld novels. We got human nature, romance, learning and wisdom, success, life and death, animals, religion, politics, words and writing. I'm definitely gonna read this. Like, weird sisters. Only in our dreams are we free. The rest of the time we need wages. I mean, sometimes it's better to light a flamethrower than curse darkness. Men at arms. I mean, it's still magic even if you know how it's done, the wee free men. Yes. So I'm probably gonna read this later today because I kinda need Terry Pratchett in my life right now. Oh, and here's one book that I really look forward to. This is kind of my prize for winning Nano this year. I got Commerce. My brain sometimes just will take words and letters and just move them around. Kate Summerscale. Anyway, Kate Summerscale's The Book of Phobias and Manias, A History of the World in 99 Obsessions. Well, first off, the cover is extremely pretty, and it has a spider on the cover, which, honestly, I had a spider phobia for like 15 years, until I realized that I was, like, listen, I live in Iceland, there is one spider that is kind of poisonous, but not really poisonous. It's the type of poison that is extremely self-defense. So and I've been bitten by one of these spiders, but apparently, like, it's irritating and it's annoying, but it's not something to be phobic about. But phobias are phobias. They have... Yes, so... But yeah, I'm extremely happy about this book because phobias are extremely interesting. Like, we have our irrational fears and sometimes extremely rational fears, and learning about them is just so including in this is phobias: beards, buttons, clowns, darkness, dentists, eggs, frogs, germs, heights, oceans, silence, and work. And yes, you can be genuinely phobic of work. It's not something to be ashamed of, and it's not something generally to make fun of. Not to a person who is generally with that phobia. Like, a phobia is a phobia. But you can be phobic towards anything. Manias. I'm gonna need to read that one. First one here. Books. Okay, so manias. Books, dancing, demons, fire, hair, hoarding, lies, money, murder, power, sex, and shopping. I might need to look into the book mania. So... Ooh. I like the content page. Okay, so this book was definitely worth it. I hope it's definitely gonna be very interesting, and I am happy that I got it as my prize. I'm gonna put it here. Yes. And completely different, or maybe related. I got Fever Trees Easy Mixing. Look at the cover, so pretty. More than 150 quick and delicious mixed drinks and cocktails. Ooh, exclusive edition contains extra recipes. Okay. Very new. But the photography in this. Oh, yeah. So, it looks like the recipes are pretty well. Yes, well presented. Very simple, very easy. The photography is very pretty. Yeah. Nice. So again, I got all these books of Waterstones. Fever Tree, there are a couple drinks from Fever Tree that I can get where I live. So yeah, very interested to see if any of this, if it suits my taste. Otherwise, I like collecting like these cocktail books. It's this thing. Oh, another thing about Greek myths. We got Natalie Haynes' Pandora's Jar, Woman in the Greek Myths. Look at that. So again, pretty self-explanatory. This is all about the women in the Greek myths. The ones that, you know, typically we learn more about the men in the myth and less about the women, unless they are treated like objects or monsters or antagonists. So I'm really interested, obviously, since I got this book, but I'm very interested in seeing where Haynes takes this. And then again, completely different. We got Claire MacDonald, The Scottish Food Bible, illustrated by Bob Devar. It's tiny, it is cute, and right up my alley. I mean, we got mashed turnip with butterfried seeds. I'm expecting this to be quite different from Icelandic cuisine. We got 3 cheese tart. What in the world is that? Prawn cocktail. Actually, that sounds familiar. We got langoustines, creme fraiche, mayonnaise, Worcestershire, lemon juice, Tabasco salt. Oh, that sounds quite strong. But yeah, that sounds pretty reasonable. Again, I also collect cocktail books and little like recipe books like this. So right up my alley. Like, also, I kind of expect it to be bigger for some reason. I kind of, yeah, that was just where my brain went. I like it. Also, just the illustrations. I love it. So, there's another recipe book that I got, and that one is quite a bit bigger. It is, who wrote this? Well, it's got foreword by MasterChef winner Salaya Mahmoud Ahmed. It's a taste of 8, a celebration of food and culture, recipes for every occasion. First off, it's a recipe book. It's something different from what I know. I don't really know what 8 is. Therefore, a learning opportunity. But the recipes just look tasty. Like, it looks tasty, it looks pretty. Like, we got grilled vegetable kebabs. We get chicken and chickpea curry. And something called roti with paneer and spinach. I have no idea what this is, but again, I collect these type of books and learning opportunities. Onwards with the non-fiction, we got Paul Goodwin's Something doesn't add up. Surviving statistic in a post-truth world. It's time to make numbers work for you, not the other way around. So another book that I got about numbers, because my brain tends to go topsy-turvy when the news start talking about numbers. So right up my alley. Another really geeky book would be Judith Flanders, The Curious History of Alphabetical Order, A Place for Everything. So this is literally about the history of the alphabet, how it came to be, and why we use it. And I've actually been geeky enough, or geeking out about it enough that I've been talking to people about it. I can't wait for this book to arrive because it's about the alphabet, and I am curious enough to want to know why we actually use the alphabet. Like, I know about the alphabet, the Icelandic, the British English, German, Danish, all that, different alphabet. But why do we use an alphabet? Where does it come from, and why do we use it? That has been a question that has annoyed adults throughout my lifetime. So now I have the book that tells me. So thank you, Judith Flanders, for answering my decades-old question. So I will be really looking forward to reading this book and getting my answer. Finally, it's been 30 years. Thank you. Oh, and then I saw this one. I think it was actually on discount on the Waterstones. Is Will Hayward's Lockdown Wales, How COVID-19 Tested Wales. So, as per the title, it's about how Wales dealt with COVID-19. First off, I'm really happy about this being available to me. But I am really curious because I've seen a lot of online about how it hit America, India, China, England as a whole, and the different ways that countries have dealt with this pandemic. I'm really curious how Wales dealt with it, and I'm curious to be able to kind of compare Wales and Iceland and similarities and differences. So again, a bit geeky, and I can't wait. And this actually, Katie Hessel's, now the story art Without Men, Waterstones exclusive, and Without Men is here in absolutely pale white writing. Now this one arrived most recently, and you might be able to tell there's a little bit of water damage, and that's because we've had really annoying snowstorms for the past weeks, and the post box that this book, or I think all of these books arrived in, unfortunately kind of snowed in. So snow was getting in everywhere, and most of the packages have survived this, but unfortunately this one didn't quite. A little bit of snow got in and did a little bit of damage on the cover, or right here on the book, but I think the book itself survived. But yeah, this is, I think, Waterstone's book of the year actually. So I ordered this way before, so I'm before the results came in, but I'm just very happy about that this book exists, because when you study art history, you really learn about men, male artists, male patrons, male history of art. It's been trying to learn about women artists has been a struggle, and for educators to try and find anything about female artists has been difficult. So the fact that this book now exists, this is perfect for educators to have and say, listen, here is this book about all these women artists, all these female artists, all around the world, throughout every single, we got Paving the Way, 1500 to 1900, what made art modern, post-war woman taking ownership, still writing. This is going to be such a fantastic education tool, and I'm really happy that I have it. We've got the Black Mountain College, the British Black Arts Movement, we've got fiber arts. Fantastic. So I'm very, very happy about this book. I mean, I'm gonna say that it already has its own character, so it already has a history with itself. It's quite a bit of talking about books, so understandably I am very, very happy right now. So what we are gonna do now is move on to the fiction novels, and I'm gonna start with Star Wars. Timothy Zahn. We got his Outbound Flight and Thrawn Treason. Obviously, I'm continuing my journey of collecting everything Timothy Zahn, and I still haven't read any by him, so... And every single book that I bought by him so far has featured his character Thrawn, so... I have no excuse, I just have the high hopes that I'm gonna enjoy these books. So putting that to the side. We got Davina Evans, Notorious Sorcerer, which is fancy. I don't know, why did I pick this up? I mean, first of all, it looks really pretty. Okay, so a dazzling fancy debut, bursting with wild magic, chaotic sword fighting, secret gangs, brazen flirting, malevolent harpies, and one defiant alchemist. Okay, so yeah. Its alchemy is fancy and it's hopefully interesting. I think I bought it because it simply looked pretty. Knowing me, that's probably it. I also got W.C. Ryan's The Winter Guest. It's a mystery. Oh, takes place in Ireland. There's an IRA ambush. It's January 1921. Okay, yeah, so it's a haunting atmospheric mystery set against the raw Irish landscape in a country divided. I have a sneaky suspicion that I'm simply continuing my quest to find, like, Wales, Irish, Scottish books to sink my teeth into. Interesting. Anyway, so got this one. Looks interesting. And then I want to show you Fran Hart's The Other Ones. Contemporary. In 3 words: queer, friendship, mystery. So we got 2 siblings who also look at the sprayed edges. So pretty. We got 2 siblings who live in a haunted house that everyone knows is haunted. We got an oldest friend. Honestly, let's just read from the back. Sal hates standing out, but he lives in a haunted house and everybody knows him. His oldest friend, Dirk, tries to help, but he wants to stay popular and Sal isn't helping. Elsie was popular until recently. Now she's on the outcast table too, and she doesn't want to talk about it. Then there's a new boy, Pax, who won't leave Sal alone. His idea of a good time is hanging out in graveyards. And for some reason, Sal just can't stay away. Meet the other ones. Can they banish their ghosts together? Let's just look at the cover. Goody. So there's that. I also got Oscar Wilde's The Star Child. Another one of the cloth-bound classics. I have to admit, I never knew about this, the existence of the story, so I have no idea what it's about. I know it's written by Oscar Wilde. The contests are The Happy Prince, The Nightingale and the Rose, The Selfish Giant, The Devoted Friend, The Remarkable Rocket, The Young King, The Birthday of the Infanta, The Fisherman and His Soul, and The Star Child. So, is this one story? Is this a collection of stories? Don't know. I will find out. But it's a really cute little cloth-bound classic. Really love the yellow. One of the books that I got, because everybody has a lot of people have been talking about this book and talking about it being a surprise hit for them. So I have, I'm not going to say high hopes, but I have some hopes. It is Andy Weir's Project Hail Mary. Now, I know it's a Barack Obama book of the year. Wait, what? I know it's a sci-fi, science fiction. A lone astronaut, an impossible mission, an ally he never imagined. Ryland Grace is a sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission, and if he fails, humanity and the Earth itself will perish. But right now he doesn't know that. All he knows is that he's been asleep for a very, very long time, and he's just woken to find himself hurtling through space millions of miles from home. It's up to him to puzzle out an impossible scientific mystery, and he's got to do it all alone. Or does he? Barack Obama Book of the Year. So, yeah, we got that, a science fiction book that a lot of people have been very positive about. So, I'm gonna try and read it. And then we got Marple, 12 new stories, 12 great writers, 1 Agatha Christie. So I think it's like it says on the cover that we got all these authors who are writing a Marple story, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's 12 new authors writing 12 new stories featuring our lovable Miss Marple. Getting a new spin of one of these classic heroes of murder mystery, of just classic literature, it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna go from St. Mary to New York, the South Downs to Hong Kong, the Italian Riviera to Cape Cod. Interesting. Don't know how to feel about it, but gonna get there. And to the last books, we got the Penguin Book of Christmas Stories from Hans Christian Andersen to Angela Carter, edited by Jessica Harrison. Very simplistic cover. I like it. Here and there over the white plain, the bright fires shone out from her windows, and down below the illuminated city sent up a glow to heaven like the reflection from a great furnace. I wonder what we got. Ooh, wow. Quite a few stories. Quite a few authors. So, yeah. Considering that this is the last day of the year, I'm probably not going to read this until next year. Ooh, it's a lovely red underneath. Nice. It's a nice contrast. But yeah, I'm probably going to read this book next year, next Christmas. So this will go into that reading pile. And then we got the last book, which I believe is the later part of a duology. I have yet to read the first book. But we got Su Lin Tan's Heart of the Sun Warrior. Watchstones exclusive. I've been waiting on this. And again, ooh, signed by the author. Oh, that was a crack. That was a crack. Nice. But yeah, I have yet to read The Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I kind of wanted to wait on the sequel before I started on that journey. So I've got that entire thing to look forward to. So I know it's like fancy, mythology, adventure, something Asiatic, I don't know, I'm completely oblivious. But yeah, so that is my last book haul pile of the year 2022. So next year I have so many books to read. This is heaven. This is heaven. So yeah, I will thank you very much for watching this video. I thank you very much for the past year. It's been really interesting, full of books, and I'm really looking forward to 2023. And I hope that we are going to read a lot of fun, interesting books and hopefully discover something together. Yeah, I think that's enough from me right now. It's enough for this year, and I will hopefully see you again on the new year and in some other video. So thank you very much for watching. Gleðilegt nýtt ár og takk fyrir það gamla. Happy New Year, thank you for the old. Okay, take care, bless bless.